Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. Oh, I cannot wait. We're less than 24 hours away from Seattle Seahawks football on a Monday night against the New York Football Giants. You know we're fired up. We're ready to go. East Rutherford, New Jersey. Seahawks looking to get win number 3 of 2023. We'll tell you more coming up in just a moment. But first, who you got? You know we're rolling with the Seahawks. I gave you my prediction a couple days ago. I got Seattle winning. Spam C in the chat for your Seattle Seahawks. We're probably going to have some Giant fans in there, but Giant fans, let's drown them out right now. Spam C in the chat for your Seattle Seahawks here on Seahawks Today. Welcome in to the show. Tyler Jones here as we are getting you ready for kickoff with one last look at the injury report. I'm going to share my final thoughts before this game, and I got to tell you, this feels big, doesn't it? I mean, not just the fact that it's Monday Night Football, but this Giants team, despite its slow start, don't let that record deceive you that they are a pretty decent team. This is going to be a very good measuring stick for how good this Seattle Seahawks team is at right now. And Seattle's going to be very shorthanded. We know about their side. Saquon Barkley probably not going to play. But where do the Seahawks stack up? Let's go through the injury report piece by piece. Let's start off with Artie Burns and Tre Brown. At the cornerback positions, both of those guys will be out. Hamstring issue for Artie Burns. Tre Brown with a concussion. Both those guys will not play, so Seattle short-handed at the corner spot. But that's not even the only corner injuries for the Seattle Seahawks team. Charles Cross at the offensive tackle spot with that toe injury. He is doubtful. Meanwhile, Coby Bryant with the toe injury. He is doubtful. And if you go back to Friday's practice, which is a big kind of make-or-break day of sorts when it comes to guys if they're going to play or not, on the did not participate list included Coby Bryant, as well as Charles Cross. Both those guys not practicing. Artie Burns, Tre Brown, they didn't practice either. They're ultimately out, but those two are doubtful. So now you know the holes in the secondary of being out several guys here. My key matchup I'm watching for is how does the Seahawks secondary hold up against the Giants wide receivers? Think about this. The Giants wide receivers are not one of the better receiver groups in the National Football League. If we're going to be frank with you, they are not that great. And so if there was ever a time to be shorthanded in the secondary, this might be the week where you could potentially get by. But then on the flip side, too, Seattle, their secondary, has really struggled this season. They've got up a lot of yardage. Now, it's twofold. You can blame the lack thereof of pass rush. Hasn't made things easier in the secondary. But think about this, just looking at your lineup right now. You get Jamal Adams back. That's a big deal. But no Rick Woolen, potentially speaking. You know, Coby Bryant out of the equation. Artie Burns out of the equation. And actually, Rick Woolen's playing. I got caught up from last week, whatever it may be. A lot going on here that just makes me very concerned. What I'm looking at potentially, you see Julian Love listed at that strong safety spot, backing up Jamal Adams. One thing I would keep an eye on with no Coby Bryant, and one thing that we've talked about a lot on this program over the last couple of weeks is how out of position it feels that Julian Love has been, that he has not gone off to a good start to this year in place of Jamal Adams. You get Jamal Adams back. Personally, I would look for moving Julian Love to Coby Bryant's spot if Bryant can't play in tomorrow night's game. What's your concern level with the secondary? All this mixing and matching. You are going up against a Giants team that isn't great right now in their own secondary, their own receiving core. What is it right now? Scaled for me 1 through 10 in the comments section what your concern level is. I think you can get by this week. Then you get a much-needed bye week to get healthy and move forward from there. But I am a bit concerned of sorts. My concern level, I'm going to put it about a 6 right now. We'll see how it ultimately plays out. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time is the place to go when you're talking about tickets to sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, and more. And it's so easy to get tickets to Game Time. Here's all you got to do. Find the event you want to go to. Prices are listed, and then you can find your seat. And what you're going to see is what your seat looks like. So you get the proper idea of what the view is for the seat to the sporting event that you're trying to go to. It's pretty incredible, the technology that Game Time is offering. If you want to go to Seahawk games, if you want to go see those Washington Huskies or Washington State or whoever it may be, Game Time is the place to go. And here's what we're offering viewers of Seahawks today. If you use the promo code Seahawks Chat, I'm going to give you $20 off your next purchase with Game Time. I used it myself this weekend. Got to see my Kansas Jayhawks get, humiliated by the University of Texas. But it didn't short me from having a great time, nonetheless, even if that happened down in Austin this weekend. So go ahead, get your tickets with Game Time now. Download today for $20 off. Terms and conditions do apply. Download, $20 off, promo code Seahawks Chat to start saving today. Now, let's look at more of the injury reports, some of these other names. Dre'Mont Jones with the hip injury. He is questionable. And Dre'Mont Jones was a non-participant on Friday in practice, so that's worth noting there. Evan Brown with the quad injury. He is questionable. And Evan Brown, his status, he was limited in practice Friday, so he's more likely to play with his situation there. Noah Fant with the knee injury in Friday's practice. Noah Fant, in his situation, he was good to go. So that's good to see from Noah Fant as far as that goes. Meanwhile, Evan Brown with the quad injury. In Evan Brown's case, he was limited. And then with Will Dissly with the shoulder injury, he's questionable on the injury report. He was limited in practice on Friday. So kind of all over the place. So the overarching view of all this, where things stand when it comes to the injury report right now, you're looking at potentially being without like 6 starters is where Seattle is at. That's a tall task, okay? The Giants, like I said earlier, I think they're better than what their record indicates. I'm not trying to sit here and prepare you for a loss. Don't take that the wrong way. I still think Seattle's going to win tomorrow. But let's be real with ourselves. We're not expecting some 20-point blowout performance tomorrow. This is going to be a close game. It's going to take all hands on deck just to get through tomorrow night, get to the bye week, get healthy, and then move on from there. So all you're trying to do, you're making the long road trip to the East Coast. It's a Monday night. Survive, advance, get through tomorrow night, and live to see another day. Who you got, Giants or Seahawks? Spam C for Seattle. If you're a Giant fan, sucks to be you, but you can go ahead and put Giants in the chat if you want. Let us know what your prediction is. Join us tomorrow. Our watch party coming up 5 p.m. Pacific time, live right here on Seahawks Today. We'll see you then.